Hey everyone, episode 2 of Sailor Moon Crystal just aired this morning, and I just finished watching it, and I am beyond excited about it. First I have to say that Sailor Mercury is one of my favorite inner senshi, and this episode delivered like no one's business. I just finished reading the entire first arc of the Sailor Moon manga, chapters 1 through 14 of the Kodansha version, and I like after watching episode 1 I needed to read the manga again, and I saw how literal the anime was as an adaptation. It was word for word, scene for scene, episode 1, act 1. And so I was really excited to see act 2 brought onto the anime format. Um, and they did a lot of different things, which is totally fine because they made it work. Um, I'm going to talk about a little bit of those and also hopefully not say how awesome this episode was every 5 seconds, because that seems to be a thing that I'm going to do. Yeah, here we go. Okay, so the first thing they did, and the first thing I have to notice, is that they gave Ami a transformation scene in her first arc, her first act. In the manga, it doesn't work that way. There's a huge fog, and she's held by the enemy, and then the fog disperses, and she's Sailor Mercury. That's it, pretty much, and then like it ends. But she gets to transform in the anime, which is beautiful. I actually really enjoyed her transformation sequence. I loved that they did the little pose at the end of her transformation sequence that was from the original 90s anime. That was like my favorite pose as a kid. um, I loved Mercury Aqua Mist, her attack. It was really pretty, and it's just going to be so good. I'm so excited for everyone. Ah, um, a thing we did see that was different from the first episode was the Moon Tiara Boomerang that Sailor Moon did. It was different and really pretty, actually, how she like twirled it and stuff and then threw it. Very nice. I really enjoyed that. I hope we get more um, different techniques of attacks. We got a little bit of it in the original anime. Every now and then they would just do an attack without like a pretty uh, cut and paste scene that we've seen before, many times before. Um, I really enjoyed how Ami really stood for friendship. This is get really deep now. She's never had friends before because everyone thought that she was too rude and too uptight and too better than everyone else, but in actuality she's just maybe a bit awkward. She doesn't know how to deal with people because of how they treat her. And they keep spreading rumors about her and like keep talking about her as if she's not there, as we see in the first 5 seconds of this episode. Then Usagi comes along and kind of uses her in a way that she wants to just become smarter, which we'll see when she meets other stouts. She'll be like, "Oh, you bake. I want to be your friend. Oh, you are pretty and spiritually aware. I want to be your friend." But it works out eventually. It's not as selfish as it all seems. Um, but Usagi comes along and pretty much like just smiles at her and like talks to her like a normal person, which she's never had before. And so this strange person is the closest thing she has. And she takes her to play video games with her, and she just hangs out with her and everything. And it's really nice. It's really sweet. And then she gets the pen, and the pen is like the symbol of her friendship. And that's really cool because later on, my camera just fell. That's cool. That's cool. Everything's cool. Later on, when the villain teacher lady, she takes Ami's pen and throws it on the floor, and even though Ami is brainwashed and in a trance, she still stands up and goes to get the pen. And that's kind of cool. Like, not to be super corny, but friendship can break that kind of power, which is kind of what Sailor Moon is all about, as corny as it is. I also really enjoyed when Sailor Moon was encased in paper from the bad guy, and Ami like snapped out of her trance and then eventually transformed into Sailor Mercury. But I just love that it just broke the trance. I really enjoyed stuff like that. But anyways, what else? Oh, yeah. I really enjoyed seeing that it was more updated. Like, obviously it's going to be updated, but I just really enjoyed seeing it. We didn't get to see it in episode 1, but in the manga, obviously 1992, they didn't have flat screen TVs, or flat screen laptops, flat screen computers and laptops. Yep. So we got to see that in this one because when Usagi has the computer disc, the crystal disc, uh, she goes to a a school computer, and checks out the disc there. But in this episode, she actually goes home and uses her own laptop with a cute bunny symbol on it, because copyright and stuff. But yeah, I just really enjoyed this episode. I love seeing Sailor Moon's new Moon Tiara Boomerang style. That was really pretty. I love seeing Mercury transform and use her attack. Is great. And the only thing I didn't care for was the animation a little bit. Every time we saw Ami, more in the beginning, I think, because it was more of a shock, her head looked kind of large. I think it was the hair. It's like large, and then like her forehead is like, I don't know. Um, that just sort of like bugged me a little bit, but I got over it after seeing how happy she was and everything. um, But yeah, this episode was amazing. I loved seeing the little trailer at the end of Ray. I can't wait for episode 3. I can't wait for episode 4 and 5 and the rest of the whole series. It's going to be amazing. And I will be reviewing every episode along the way and hopefully wording things better next time. We'll see. Stay tuned for that. Anyways, see you guys next time. Bye.